This is the PC Gaming Show, a celebration of
Powered
the
by
vibrant
Epic.
gaming platform. For the next 2 hours, you'll see all new gameplay footage, trailers, and interviews.
But that Death Stormtroopers doing Stardew.
Here's gameplay footage for Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2, Borderlands 3, the reveal of Evil Genius 2, Starmancer, Last Oasis, 2 new games from Coffee Stain Studios, Griftlands, Planet Zoo, What's Next for Terraria, Remnant from the Ashes, Mosaic,
I love the
Warframe,
pregnant pause there. Remnant
Baldur's Gate 3,
from the
Shenmue
ashes.
3, the reveal of Unexplored 2, El Hijo, Age of Wonders, Planet
Just one way to do an
Fall,
E3
and
thing.
more. And now your PC gaming
Here's
show
everything.
hosts, Day 9 and Frankie Ward.
Good morning, good morning.
It was more like, 90% of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PC Gaming
A lot of that
Show.
stuff is good stuff.
Yeah. Yes. We're so happy you're here today. We have a great show for you lined up. We got 30 games that we're going to be showing off. 30. Some of them will be updates to existing franchises and titles. Others will be exclusive world first looks. Y'all
And
ready?
still no Anthem.
I first want to thank our sponsors for helping make this event possible. Without their support, this event would not happen each year. So thank you so much. Thanks to you for coming out. It's 10 a.m. in Los Angeles. Happy
Glad I
Monday,
gave that
everyone.
extra space. Look.
Best day of the week.
There's space
Hello to all
between us.
of you up in the balcony. And of course, thanks to you tuning in live from all over the internet, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you're tuning in from, welcome. We're happy to have you. My name is
there's gonna
Day
be
9.
so
I'm
much
one of your
singing.
hosts for this event. Joining me is the fantastic Frankie Ward.
Hello! Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Sean. Hello, everyone. Now, for you guys at home, for the first time, whatever platform you're watching on, we are going to be pulling your clever comments. Just remember that. I said clever comments. From Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook
From
throughout the
Twitch?
show, making you famous on the internet, on the screen. We're going to be sharing them live.
Uh-oh.
And one of the things we're especially looking for are your questions for the Borderlands 3 team, because Sean, you've got a mission to put their questions.
Who won the fight in the
to
lobby is the
developers.
first thing I think that's going to pop up on Twitter and stuff.
Controversial.
They're gonna be.
We'll read them live.
If Randy Pitchford
Until
comes
then,
out on the stage, I'm going
Let's
to leave
start
the
the
room.
PC Gaming Show with our very first title from
I won't be able
UK
to.
developer Rebellion. Several years ago, they announced that they were working on the follow-up to Evil Genius, a real-time evil
Where's
layer
Russ when you need him?
simulator.
And now,
He's the one
Rebellion
who's
is
hyped
ready
for
to
this.
reveal its nefarious vision for the project. So, PC Gaming Show, who's ready to stroke a cat menacingly? Here is the world exclusive reveal for Evil Genius 2 World Domination.
Wah,
Yeah, so much more energy than needed. No, actually, gameplay from the.
If you see me do that, I've got to look around the microphone. See the words on the middle of the screen. Okay. This is basically exactly what I was expecting. I mean, it's Evil Genius too, right?
So it's kind of like Theme Hospital, but instead of being Killing
people-
you're killing people and taking them.
One of the most beloved
It's got evil
RPGs
genius.
ever. And with me to talk about it, I have Brian Mitsoda and Cara Ellison from Hardsuit Labs. Now, Brian, you were a writer on the very first game, so what does it mean for you
Everybody
to
shut
finally
up.
get to work on the sequel?
It means that a lot of people have very high expectations, and we have to meet those.
High expectations.
Let's take a look at whether you are going to meet them, because we are going to take a look at the world's first gameplay footage.
Who's the closest company?
Hi, Patrick.
Guess I have to be the one to tell you. You're dead. You're obviously new to this whole existence, but truth is,
Hi.
most new types won't even make it a whole year. We have one rule. You don't break the masquerade.
The city. We're all fighting over scraps here.
Welcome to the first day of the rest of your death. Having fun yet?
Wom.
Guys, what does it mean to be a vampire in this world?
That wasn't
Damn,
gameplay.
bro.
So in Empire,
That wasn't
what
gameplay.
it is, it's kind of dark version of our world, and the vampires kind of need to keep their presence secret from humanity. So the vampires are kind of staying hidden in the shadows while also needing to feed on human beings and kind of manipulating us in order to get blood.
We're talking about feeding on human
Gee.
beings. I'm getting flashbacks to last year's show. Cara,
Gee.
it's not just a case, though, of
Can't hear
sucking
me.
blood and filling up your health meter, is it? Actually, different types of blood do different things.
That's right. So we have the resonance system, which means that essentially vampires can kind of like
It's like there's a
feel
lot
the
of,
emotional
okay,
resonance of
nothing
human
to do.
beings, like fear or desire, and then they can feed on those people to like feel the same things as human beings do, to feel more kind of alive. And that can give you like extra boosts in the game.
And there were some really interesting characters in that trailer as well. What kind of relationships are we going to be forming with them as the player?
That's gameplay.
Well, very fragile, very volatile relationships, very mature relationships. So it's going to be a fun time.
And one thing that was really intriguing to me when I was learning about this game is you don't just get
I'm thinking
bitten
of switching
and
it up and
turn
trying
into
Tremere or
Nosferatu,
Bruiser.
Dracula or
Fair
Brad
enough.
Pitt. And to be honest, I think you should.
I mean, I'll probably play it like 5 times,
then I'm
right?
definitely playing it. You actually have to adjust to your environment to becoming a vampire, Cara.
That's right. So essentially, in the game, when you were made as a vampire, sort of very young vampire, a lot of other vampires.
Don't
made at
focus
same
on the people
time,
talking.
in this thing called the mass embrace. And
What are
that
they
means
doing?
That, essentially,
There's
they're,
gameplay happening,
less
and they're focusing on the
lucky
people
time
talking.
in the world.
Why are they
Yours
doing
having a
this?
relatively good time
don't know.
compared to them because they don't know what they're doing. They're going through vampire puberty on their own, and you know you might have
Unless
a
it's just a
family, you
loop,
might
well.
have, say, a wife and
No.
children, and you're morally objecting to drinking blood to survive, and so you might have a less good time, let's say, than the player is having. So you can find them throughout the world as well.
I can listen and
Brian,
watch at the
first
same
thing,
time,
that's
Patrick.
wonderful. You've been waiting 15 years for this. Any pressure?
Yeah, tons of pressure. But yeah, we're going to make it worth it.
Well, you know what? I think there are people around the world watching this, and of course the audience here, and they all can't wait to play this game. Can you wait, guys?
Just want to see it. I just wanted to see it.
So I think you've convinced everyone here now. When are we going to be able to play the game?
We're going Q1 next year.
Fantastic. And when can we learn more?
Bloodlines2.com.
Thank you so much, Brian and Cara. Good luck. Give it up, guys. So much. Now, have you ever wanted to play Dwarf Fortress in space? Starmancer is a space station sim from Ominux Games and Chucklefish. After a catastrophe
hype
on
level
Earth,
dropped.
humanity has
No,
launched
my
a
hype level
desperate
hasn't
attempt
dropped.
to find refuge among the
We're
stars.
going to show you
Your
gameplay,
task
the
is to
tiny
manage a
little
colony
portion
capable
of the
sustaining
screen
life
that the people
from
are standing in
colonists
front
to
of.
colonists and cruise to mine
Cathedral of
asteroids.
Flash confirmed.
But when you're living in space, there can be big consequences for even the smallest mistakes. Let's take a look at the brand new gameplay for Starmancer.
What are you going to do? Offset it so we can only see half the screen? I'm fucking... Oh, that one. Mm-hmm. Dot, dot, dot. There's always a dot, dot, dot.
Problem with the first order, I mean.
FTL, right? Looks cool.
Our next guests both started as modders, and now they each independently run their own studio. Let's welcome
When
to
did
the
that
stage
1,000 player
from
battle royale get
Tripwire,
announced? It was
John
out last
Gibson,
year.
and from Torn Banner, Steve Piggott.
Hey, Sean.
I remember that.
I didn't until you mentioned it.
I remember.
Now I understand.
That's the thing.
When you started as modders,
What are you gonna get 1,000 players for per month?
Talk to me about the collaboration that you started together.
Queues.
Yeah, Steve. So we've known the Torn Banner guys for a long time, even giving them some
Suddenly
advice
popped into
when
my head,
they
I
were
don't know why.
modders, going commercial, helping them not make the mistakes that we made. And we've been friends, and we've always wanted to work together. And now we've sort of formed this independent, former mod team, professional super group to get an awesome game out to fans.
Yeah, and for us, this is a dream partnership as well. We've always been really close with Tripwire, and we really respect their games. We see them as one of the few studios that's bringing true innovation to the FPS genre, and that's what we're all about as well.
Well, let's take a look at this upcoming collaboration between Torn Banner and Tripwire.
I'm gonna be salty for the next hour and 45 minutes that we did of how they presented that Vampire the Masquerade footage.
Don't worry, it's not as bad. I hadn't expected that.
It's like we play a game, right? Like if we were like, let's stream Halo, and I just put the cam full screen, and we were just like, wow, that was awesome. Nobody wants to see us playing Halo. See, Parvic gets it. All you gotta do is talk you over the video. I'll show them how to do it. I do it all the time. No, come back, Patrick. We need you.
Oh, talk to me about Chivalry 2, Steve.
Well, Chivalry 2 is about bringing players into their favorite medieval movie battle scenes. And our flagship game mode, Team Objective, does
What's
that.
your favorite
by having
medieval
players
movie
complete
battle
medieval
scene?
objectives like sieging castles, raiding
I
villages.
mean, medieval, I don't
and,
really have one.
That's what I was just thinking.
I mean,
You're
fantasy
really-
battles
you're
and
not
stuff
just
like,
going and standing in an
yeah,
area
Homes
and
Deep,
then a
you
bar
know.
fills up. You're like
Medieval,
you said, burning houses,
yeah,
killing
battle scene.
peasants. You know,
Yeah.
Game of Thrones?
playing as
Stuff.
peasants, getting killed.
It's really about letting the player experience.
Patrick,
every
what's your
iconic
favorite
element.
medieval?
And on top of that, we've this time
It's a
around
battle
we've increased the
scene,
player
movie
count
battle.
scale to about 2.5
Most
times
Hollywood
what it
fantasy
is
battles
now.
are rubbish and
64
inaccurate.
players.
Yeah.
And on top of that increased scale, we've added horses, which really allows
So are
us to
video
add a lot
games,
of
in
drama to
fairness.
the game
Yeah.
and bring experiences like
I mean, some of them are worse defenders than others. I mean, the whole thing with the elves,
Don't worry, we'll learn last
the bat,
season.
or
Just
the
that
five
last
armies
season's gonna
in
be
the
a
Hobbit.
game.
That
I
is
wanna
really,
ask
really
about
bad.
the sword
The
play
opening,
element
he does
of
have a favourite
Chivalry
battle, the
2.
ancient
I mean, I
battle
know
scene,
it's
the
a
opening
really
in
critical
Gladiator.
element.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this time around,
That the
we
one, that's been a long time since I played. That's the one in the
really
forest,
view
isn't
what
it?
we're doing here as bringing a true sequel in every sense.
Yeah.
We've attempted to completely revamp the combat, movement, and animation systems so that every swing, every action of the combat feels readable and fair, and also has the satisfaction of and the weight that you
Like,
would
that's
expect
For
when
Honor.
You know how we're going about, we'll put like the best Twitch comments on and stuff.
It's very, very fluid and much more accessible than the
Pop
previous games.
Tarts.
And it's, you know,
I mean,
the pace is
that's
so
not
much quicker, which is
controversial,
what
I
I
mean.
really enjoy when I'm playing it.
Yeah, and I wanted to
Pop
ask
Tarts
about
are pretty
the
good.
fluidity, because in a lot of melee combat games, you hit a button and there's like full animation swing, and then you sort of reset.
Pop
I mean,
Tarts give you
it's-
the diabetes.
It's
better.
so does chocolate. So does.
Yeah, we kind of think of it like
Yeah,
when
no,
you're
it doesn't.
swimming, where
It's
you're kind of
zero.
constantly using
Yeah.
both arms
Hey,
at
You're
the
lucky.
same time.
Hey,
The Dr.
that's
Pepper
zero.
you drank the other
Part
day
of our
that
focus
was
this time
wasn't
around is
zero.
making it so
I know
that
that's
players
because I
can
went
fight
to your
multiple
little shop.
opponents at the same time.
Like 1-on-3, 1-on-4 situation.
That's because I went to
That's
your
fundamentally
little shop.
part of
It's
what
Doesn't
probably
have a cash point. A lot of little shop doesn't have a cash point.
and
It
achieving
does.
glory on the battlefield.
around the corner.
I think this
Well,
is
I
kind
mean,
of
I do have
showing
to
you
ask, we're talking about swordplay and mastery, but the original Chivalry, I mean, it's kind of like silly fun. Like, how do you balance the mastery with the fun element?
Yeah, our
Yeah,
goal
right
has always
now.
been to make it so that players
Put
can take games
Keanu in
seriously as they
Vampire, you
want to, but
cowards.
also as silly as they want to.
assuming he's not
We
already
know that
there.
probably about half our audience
Put
plays
Keanu in Smash, you
we
cowards.
love that.
At least half.
Yeah.
Just John
It's
Wick.
an important metric to track.
And the game has
Keanu.
a huge influence from Monty Python as
He
well.
just
I
tells
mean,
everybody they're
over-the-top
breathtaking.
voiceovers and the role-playing opportunities.
Apparently
The
that guy
game
got a
is
free.
Got a free copy of Cyberpunk. Yeah, I
For
read that.
example, you can
That was really cool.
begin while quoting Shakespeare.
Breathtaking. No, you're
Right, so
breathtaking.
like picking up a chicken as a
Yeah,
weapon,
physically
that's a
clubbing
mechanic.
him to death with
Well,
Is
that's
Keanu being on a
excellent. Well, I mean, I
Nintendo
have to
platform?
ask, when can
As
people
Cloud?
get their hands on Chivalry 2?
So Chivalry 2 is coming out early 2020, and it's
I haven't
coming
unlocked Cloud yet.
first to the Epic Games Store.
Oh, look forward to checking it out.
See?
Early 2020.
See?
Gentlemen, John
Happy
Gibson and
Zending
Steve
agrees.
with Chivalry 2. Thank you.
Farming Simulator Battle Royale.
That wasn't Happy Zending.
We are
He
just
I know,
getting
it's-
started here at the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at what's coming up next.
You're watching the PC Gaming Show.
It's not-
Coming up,
Coming up. Why do we need to
build
coming
a world
up?
for wildlife in Planet Zoo.
Totally themed with.
From the
We're not
creators
going
of
anywhere, that's not
Darksiders, Remnant
What?
from the Ashes,
No, it's like Planet Coaster
Baldur's
is the
Gate
spirit
3,
is the
and
spiritual
more
successor
trailers, interviews,
to,
and gameplay footage.
theme park. It's the 2 Point Hospital is the spiritual successor to.
Yes, but they're not sequels. They're spiritual successes.
Yeah, they're made by the same people.
Do you want to get sued? Because this is how you get sued. Bram Stoker's Dracula was on the SNES. Never had one. This is Mosaic. Blow your mind. Flip flop. Satire.
That was a brand new trailer for Mosaic, a
Given
dark and
the-
atmospheric
the
adventure game
implications
coming
of
later
actually
this year from
using
developer
Blip Blop, I don't know if
Killbyte
I'm gonna
and
download it
Vengeful
on my
Fury.
phone.
So how are you guys enjoying it
Shown
so
in the
far?
trailer with the
Let's
hand.
look
Yeah.
at some space stations,
And stuff.
vampire puberty. We're listening to your reactions to the PC game.
But we didn't see the vampire bit, did we? Did we?
You're watching and ranting on, so keep them coming. Our next game is a ghost-themed
I'll rant
multiplayer
all night long.
frenetic game inspired
Till
by
9
a
o'clock.
popular mod. Charge up your proton packs and get ready for Midnight Ghost Hunt.
You can't say Proton Pack and not expect me to think Ghostbusters,
Ghostbusters, I
and
know
then
that's what I
get
was thinking.
disappointed when you don't say Ghostbusters. God damn it.
Count on me.
vampire gameplay trailers on YouTube, but looks like it's what was just shown. Good. I didn't get to see what was just shown. They're shooting ghost squids at ghosts. Nice. That chair's gonna fuck that guy up though. That's what you get. It's just.
This is like Evolve, but instead of monsters and stuff, it's a ghost.
I was about to say, that's the I was going to say, is this multiplayer? You should fucking them up with everything in the house. It's pretty cool. It's probably going to do, like, be better than Evolve was. I think I found the ghost, guys. I think it's in this house that's glowing red.
Joining me on the stage to talk
And you
about
just like spent a little time
Midnight
capturing the ghost
Ghost
and you walk
Hunt
outside and goes, oh,
is
we're at the
the
wrong house, and there's like
dynamic
blood
one-man
just running
team
down the driveway into the house.
Designer, it's Sam Malone.
What makes you think that?
Thank you for having me.
Sam,
There's all the handprints on the
please
windows.
tell us what is going on in that. What is Midnight Ghost Hunt all about?
So Midnight Ghost Hunt is a multiplayer ghost hunting hide-and-seek game. You can play as either as ghosts or ghost hunters, like a 4v4.
Everybody who says Ghostbusters 2 is a
ghosts
bad
can
film
hide
is
inside
wrong.
average everyday objects
Wrong.
in a haunted house. The goal is to look like harmless furniture, but on the inside, they're not so harmless ghosts as you saw.
Yeah, and if I'm understanding correctly, it's not about hiding as a lamp to try to assault and take out a hunter. It's actually, you would do that so that way you can keep running away and continue to hide.
Exactly. So the main objective of the ghosts is to try to stay hidden as long as they can.
Patrick loves
until the time
Ghostbusters
runs out,
too.
Until the clock strikes midnight. Midnight being kind of the hour of the ghosts, basically. They can fight back if they like, but in general, they want to try to hide. But if there's a hunter
Time for the gamers to steal the show.
hit him in the
Says
back of the head, knock him out real
Jackster.
quick, and he has less hunters to deal with at that point.
See. Well, what's the identity of the hunters? I mean, when seeing furniture flying all over the place, what are the hunters
What?
doing?
So the hunters, it kind of can be divided into two different segments.
That was on there.
The first part of the game is
It was
kind of
behind, to be fair, it was
because
behind our
because
camera. I
they're
didn't
sort
know
of
they
trying
would
to
put
figure out
something
where
there.
the
Hold
ghosts
on.
are hiding because it's not really obvious at first glance. So they've got gadgets like a footprint tracker, they've got like a radar like you saw, to try to narrow down where in the haunted house these ghosts are hiding, basically. As soon as the first ghost is found, though, it starts getting a bit more chaotic. There's ragdolls flying everywhere, and they have that cannon to really try to smash the ghosts into pieces. So those are kind of the two aspects of the ghosts.
I see. Well, talk to me a little bit about the inspiration for Midnight Ghost Hunt. I understand it's based on a Gary's mod called Prop Hunt.
Prop Hunt.
So, that's definitely a big inspiration, but the big twist for us is that the props fight back.
Also,
So the
yay,
furniture, they
ghosts.
hurl
Ghosts are
themselves at
cool.
you, They knock you out. They send you flying.
And not
So
overplayed
it's
like
almost
zombies.
like this action hide and seek sort of mashup. You have a reason to be a little bit afraid
Ooh.
of the things that you're hunting. So that changes up the dynamic a good amount.
And I want to ask about when the clock strikes midnight. We saw the very spooky red color pop up. We didn't
Have
see
you seen
what
a
happens
ghost?
then. What's going on there?
Or
So
vampires.
if
I don't know if vampires have been overplayed in
one
games.
ghost survives 4 minutes into the match. Then,
In movies?
you hear this ominous
Props?
grandfather clock
Probably.
chime across the map. All the lights will actually flicker
Zombies
out.
are
It's
definitely
really dark
way,
and scary.
way,
And
Yeah.
the
overplayed.
ghosts that were destroyed actually return as vengeful spirits. They're a lot more powerful than before, and they glow a very
Yes.
point red. So at this point,
I mean, you can still
the
get-
tables have turned. The hunters are now the hunted, and they just need to try
still
to
get
work
good
together
zombie
to
games.
stay alive
That
long enough
was
for the
pretty good.
evac to come, which is another 4 minutes or so. Usually the ghosts win when it gets to midnight.
Are you talking about like 90% of the time?
Like
wind up
9,
something
yeah,
like
usually
that?
because the ghosts are so overpowered at midnight.
Right.
The hunters are doing whatever they can to try to prevent midnight from even occurring by destroying all of the ghosts and clearing the house.
Preventing midnight from
Well,
even
honestly,
occurring.
Yeah.
to try out Midnight Ghost Hunt.
So we'll be running an alpha event later in the summer. You can sign up at midnightghosthunt.com. I'd also like to give a shout out to our Discord.
Temporal warriors, you see.
Discord.com/midnightghosthunt.
Never stop the spinning of the earth! That way midnight will never come.
Wonderful.
It will always be 11:58, and Iron Maiden shall reign out from every speaker in the land.
For our next
That
title,
was somehow
we got
working when
Frankie
we all
up in the
fall off in
balcony.
the
If I understand correctly, Frankie, this is a sequel.
You do understand correctly, Sean, yes. It's a big
The
sequel
dog
to the
hour
story.
approaches.
Unexplored 2 is a procedural adventure, a roguelike that challenges you to fight, to be clever, and to solve its mysteries. Explore a beautiful world, engage with its
Roguelike
magic,
on
and its
PC?
people. search for magic lakes and ancient statues until you die. And die again. This is Unexplored 2.
I feel like too many roguelikes when they're doing the whole this is what a game is, put too much focus on the death part. Apparently this is Patrick. Roguelikes are Patrick's anti-Viagra.
Anti-Viagra, right.
It's an image I didn't expect to see.
Given what he was saying the other night, perhaps he needs.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, are you still okay after? Was it Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like roguelikes, like focus on the gameplay stuff, the fun stuff. All you have to say is roguelike, and I know I'm gonna die. But if you focus, dying is never fun, like even in a roguelike. But if you focus on the stuff that's good about your game, and I know I'm gonna die anyway, I just feel like that's better than just being like, oh, death! Because I'm like, death. Why? I have yet to play a game that wouldn't be improved if it wasn't a roguelike. Rogue Legacy? I don't know if that would be improved if it wasn't a roguelike. Dead Cells. Mind you, we are talking about the best of the best here. Like we're reaching all the way to the top of the pile.
One of the biggest bang for your buck that you can get when building a new rig is investing in a new monitor. And here to talk about a groundbreaking new display is Sarah. Sarah, welcome, Dean. What you got for us?
Mic, which isn't working.
We have an RG5 curved gaming monitor.
Well, let's take a look.
Yeah, unless you can magically transform my 60 Hz monitor into one of those monitors, I'm not really going to be able to see the difference.
I'm not a person who knows a lot about bullets. Why was the casing so on the bullet?
The Hertz, it has them. See, this is why we need to do the.
I knew it was going to be some curved monitors.
This is why we need to do the friendly debate episode, which is top 5 frame rates.
Dean, we've seen the video.
Oh.
And I gotta start asking.
It'll be funny.
Some of those juicy features.
So it's a 240 hertz curved gaming panel. We believe it's a world first. So you have lag-free and tear-free performance.
Doubtful.
We think that the curve, it's a 1500 radius, is going to be a pretty immersive experience you wouldn't get from a traditional
To be
platform.
fair, that really depends on the game.
Yeah.
As much as the monitor.
Sure, it's a 3000:1 contrast ratio, so you get those deeper blacks, brighter whites.
Right.
This is gonna hurt.
First, before they see you in dark scenes.
Yeah, and I
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel.
Well, since this is the PC gaming
Nice.
show and we're showing off a huge
I'd high five you, Patrick,
what are
but
the types of games that you would expect?
Everybody hurts sometimes.
do you really wanna hurt me?
Do
you really wanna
We found the bit that is the meme of this weekend. Wasn't Microsoft wrong with Best Picture, it was the hurt.
Cost are we talking?
So it'll be available in mid-July for under $400 for a 27-inch panel.
$399.
Expands our gaming lineup to 8 models.
Because when you said 400,
For
I
a
mean that's
monitor.
27 inches.
That's
right?
it.
Going like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our gaming lineup will be expanded to 8 models, ranging from 24 all the way up to a 49-inch dual QHD.
That's not a monitor.
Samsung.com/gaming.
49 inch. I can't sit in front of 49 inch.
Yeah, that's right. For any of you in the audience, it's there. You can go there for it.
It's not 4K.
It's not 4K.
Not for that price point.
Yeah,
I want to let
you
you
can
know
just
that
kind
we
of
have
tell how
all
much
sorts of great
enthusiasm there's.
presentations and
I was
games
kind of
coming
up with the
Let's
fact
look
that
at
they
what's
weren't
coming up
very
in the PC gaming
enthusiastic for this. Like, you know.
Let's be fair though.
For more
I was going to say, the
announcements,
Bethesda
trailers,
Hype
and
Squad
before
really
seen
set the
footage.
bar really high for
Yeah, I was like,
Hear about
enthusiasm.
Sanchez's burning questions about
yeah, I
Twitter
did see Death
The
Troopers
next
do.
game from Clay Entertainment. Get ready to rip the galaxy a new wormhole in Valfaris.
I thought you were still talking
And
about
more.
the Bethesda thing when you said that.
No, this on the trailers. We've got a lot of Death Troopers, the Black Film Troopers.
And now
Doing
the PC
PT.
Gaming Show presents What's Next from Funcom.
Catwalk, apparently. So I just
Why?
realised this-
Why did I?
Hello, everyone.
Catwalk.
Thanks for the warm applause. It's very exciting for all of us at Funcom to be here at the PC Gaming Show for the very first time ever. And naturally, we would like to show some of the cool stuff
Yeah.
we've been working on.
It was sound like
So,
something driving across the
without
floor when you
further
were not
ado,
the mic.
here are some of the games coming for 2019.
They're not too up on the
Something strange is going on.
I mean, we can't really say anything about
Mike's
production values.
Yeah, but we're not on this level.
But yeah, we have a whiteboard.
Oh, this is you played this.
I didn't like it, but you might.
Like XCOM-y.
But it's like very stealth focused. When I say I didn't like it, I mean I could tell it was a good game, it just wasn't for me.
Stalker's got each other's
funny.
backs, right? What happens to you happens to me.
Conan. This is They Are Billions, but Conan, and there's
Yeah.
not billions of them.
I mean, it's like real-time strategy, Conan the Barbarian, and not
It's
two
like
things.
tower defense meets real-time strategy. Apparently, Conan what is best in life, says. Not Arnold Schwarzenegger. Ooh.
That music, like.
Horror. Space horror, even better. Go by Observation, it's great. It's not a horror game, but it's great. This is clearly a Cthulhu in space situation.
Well, the other gods do kind of.
Who would have thought? My son, off to fly among the stars.
Ah! Can you call back later, Mom? I'm a little busy right now.
Please welcome to the stage, founder and director of Mighty Kingdom, Philip Mays.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you. Hear the lamentation of the women. Now you just sound like a gamer.
At Funcom, we've been doing our own games for over 26 years now. But recently we had the great pleasure to be working with some other very talented developers and help them publish their games. And on that note, I'd like to introduce Phil Mays. He is founder of Mighty Kingdom, a studio out of Australia, who has been working with us on
There's not
something
many studios in Australia, is there?
a little different.
Don't believe so.
So on April 1st this
do they have
year, we
stripper
put out a
gaming
little
laws in
trailer
it?
for something called Conan Chop Chop. And considering the date
Ken
of
Conan
our
wasn't a
promotion
gamer,
highs, that
he
we
had
decided
sex.
that that was an April Fool's joke. So yeah, we have a little surprise for you. Check this out.
It tracks.
Tracks. I always think that means role playing. This trailer was rated role playing server. More Conan. Wasn't it a Fool's joke, wasn't it? I love when April Fool's jokes get made into games.
Yeah.
Still waiting for Assassin's Creed on Kinect. The greatest April Fool's joke. I'm with all these people who is like, this is pretty cool.
It looks cool.
This is what Gears Pop should have been like, man. Some shitty fucking mobile game. I love the subtitle. Conan Chop Chop. I mean, it's direct to the point.
So there you have it, Conan Chop Chop. It's a roguelike action-adventure game. It's very real, and it's coming to PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch on September the 3rd this year. It's 2019. We also have a playable version here at E3 at our demo room, so if you want to give Stick Figure Conan a try, then please don't hesitate to
Stick
drop by.
Figure Conan.
Thank you so much.
How do you know it's Conan? Oh, at the head in the barn.
Last Oasis is a nomadic survival game set in a post-apocalyptic future where the Earth has stopped rotating. The last humans need
We
to
just met that
outrun
joke.
the alien threat in a massive open-world environment.
So is this the sequel to Midnight Ghost?
Cheer up, Sunshine. This is one of the most original.
That was the apocalypse.
That was the cause of the apocalypse, and now this is.
It did post-apocalypse.
Incredible death machines. Coming to
We
early
just need the
access
one in the
on
middle.
Steam on July 15th. Let's take a trip to the last Oasis.
Right, but that's how like A Cuba goes on to stop the world turning, and B, how do they live now?
Burning sands. We must move forward or die beneath the sun.
It's like a pirate game.
Land pirates.
Yeah, but without the oceans, because obviously they'll burn off because the planet doesn't turn. Which is why there are so many trees everywhere. The
oceans would all burn off.
Obviously.
Some of them was a frozen solid.
He's doing it again, guys. He's doing it again.
Witness.
He knows I meant on the light side of the planet because there's sunlight, but he's still doing the thing.
Last Oasis.
I don't know,
We
I'm
are
just
fun.
trying to, like, the A's are upside down and really confused me.
Yeah.
Or, if you're Russell... I knew the "or" was going to perfectly describe his gameplay style.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs with lasers. Yep. Okay. Penguins. Yep. Yep. So the Age of Wonders in space. We're gonna love that. Yeah. We had Cthulhu in space and Age of Wonders in space.
Yes. What's next? Liberace in
The
space.
game is Age of Wonders.
Mozart
Planetfall,
in
a 4X
space.
strategy game, and joining me on the stage to talk
Dinosaurs
about it
in space.
is
No, we
the
had that
game
already.
Dino
director,
Crisis. Wait,
Leonard
what? 3.
Sass, and principal
Again.
gameplay developer Tom Bird. Welcome, guys.
That was the one you chose to remaster.
Just give us the gist of what
Why
Age of
not?
Wonders Planetfall is all about.
Sure.
Cthulhu is already from space. True, but how many Cthulhu stories are set in space?
At the start
Indeed.
of the game, you choose a
Most good,
creator
like,
or
people
faction.
focus on the fact that
They
it was
include,
asleep
the
underneath one of
Vanguard
our
and
oceans.
Mercenary forces who are in cryosleep when everything went to hell. There's
Well, you know,
scavenging
dead,
cyborgs,
because
or
death
the
and sleep are the
Amazon
same thing to him.
bioengineers who ride dinosaurs into battle.
Not in the good way.
You know, I want to ask, because there's a pretty broad range of 4X strategy games. To give a sense of what the gameplay is, I just want to start from the beginning of a game. What happens when you first land on the planet?
Well, each race has their own spaceship. The spaceship comes down onto the planet. The planet is where the entire game takes place. And that spaceship will then transform into your capital colony, where your entire empire begins, your sort of attempt to take over the world.
One might call it
Around
a
you,
mobile
the number of
command
sections,
vehicle.
it's a little story, well, not most of them.
Probably
So
not
maybe
that.
you'll
To be honest,
find
with the
that
circle on
you
his hand, I was
have
thinking,
sort of
that kind of reminds me how Atlantis landed on
Like
us.
overrun by horrible robot monsters, a temple with holes in the sky and horrible demons who come and get you.
And I did see in the trailer dinosaurs with lasers.
Midnight Ghost Hunt looks like an adult version of Luigi's Mansion. That was the last comment I just caught scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
You know, I saw the expansive tech tree show up in the game briefly, and I know
They're doing a great job, like,
Picking the
going through these comments, like.
To be fair, they did say they were going to be searching through Twitch and Twitter. Maybe these are the best things they can broadcast.
This is the best thing. This is the best. This was a terrible idea.
Most of the stuff we're seeing in the comment on the presenters is not in good or complimentary way. Because let's face it, there will be people.
So you can create like a combination between man and machine or man and
Everybody's
computer.
bitching and moaning about everything that's happened so far at E3. So.
That allows you to infect the entire population with alien brain-eating parasites.
I saw a fucking one place write an op-ed this morning, like, it sure looks like PlayStation made the right choice by not being an E3.
Well, I want to ask about some of the
Because the
combat that we
Microsoft
saw. In a lot
conference
of strategy
sucked.
games, the combat can be very brief. It just, shows two armies pinging off each other. But I understand that the tactical layer is quite rich.
Right, so when combat starts, you'll see, like on the world map, maybe like your little sort of space lab or something like that. When you go into combat, you will zoom all the way in, and you will be inside the lab. You'll see all the pipes and all of the goops flowing around. All of your units, which you've been putting together and built, are now deployed. In turn-based combat, you can move them into cover, use their abilities, shoot laser cannons. Maybe you've chosen advanced.
Hi,
you've got, like, a bunch
Tom.
of space
Welcome
wolves
to
and
the
little
live
dinosaurs,
stream.
big holes in the ground,
Hi.
shoot from the.
Hope you're
the
feeling
hole.
better.
Maybe you've chosen the Kirko, sort of horrible alien bug
penguins in
monsters.
this
They run
game.
forwards and slash people and puke acid on them. That kind of thing.
I mean, how long do some of these battles wind up lasting?
It depends. A short battle can be maybe
Amazonians.
2 or 3 minutes, but at
This
the end
is
of the game,
Dr.
you've got a massive siege with like 20 units on your side, 20 units on their side. You've got orbital cannons blasting holes in the world.
Ion
and that can
cannon
maybe take 30
ready.
minutes.
I'm just making Command and Conquer references at this point.
Iron curtain detected. Wait, what?
The game is due.
Russell,
Nuclear launch detected.
Russell, have you crossbred this game with Russell?
And it's available.
That's it, Russell. I'm never playing with you again.
Hey, what's that URL?
It's aow-planetfall.com.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's less than 2 months away. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining me up on the
Thank
stage.
you.
There's a lot of games coming out.
Thank you for sharing the horrors of the future.
I'm gonna make a list of all the games that are coming out
And
next
for our
year.
next
And
game,
we're gonna
Frankie,
weep
I have
on
to
a
ask you,
podcast and be like, "That's
what year
it's
is
so
it?
awesome, my
Why,
eyes."
the year is 1946, Sean, my dear boy. Europe lies in ruins torn apart by the satanic Plan Z. A brave band of heroes cast the Fuhrer into hell, but little do they know, the nightmare is far from over. Achtung! This
She has
is
way
the
bigger
Warring
personality
reveal of the
competitive.
next shooter from the makers of Sniper Elite 4.
I'm escaping in one place that has been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
Rated M for mature.
Kev. So it's Sniper Elite 5, right? But it sounds like it's going to be
I think it's zombies.
weird. Like, all I'm saying is,
Yeah.
when I said I was ready for Sniper Elite 5 on Twitter, the
Yeah.
Sniper Elite account liked it. Man, it's gonna be a lot less satisfying shooting zombies in the nuts. Great, something new, Nazi zombies. The flamethrower. Uh-oh. Or Nazi fishmen. Emails have started. Oh, Nazi Frankensteins. Nazi Hollywood act. Oh, right. Or Nazi werewolves. You think the Nazis would be into that? Would be a change of pace. Wait, so his super awesome, super duper tripwire thing killed him exactly one zombie. So it's a way of defense game? It's Army 4.
In 2020.
Watch the gameplay reveal tomorrow.
Later on the PC gaming show.
At the Nintendo
A
Direct.
love letter to classic JRPGs. What's next for Warframe? A surreal noir adventure set before, during, and after the Big Bang. Baldur's Gate 3 and more.
It's not Sniper Elite. It's just got, because that game always has characters from other things in it, doesn't it? And then the Nazi werewolves are defeated by a golem.
100 years, the root have ravaged the earth.
Harry, you need to make a game.
Without reason.
Oh, good. It's the Darksiders. Pretty cool.
To a hatred that we do not understand. This evil will consume our world and the countless worlds beyond.
It's still set in the same bastard place that the last one was.
Unless you rise.
Generic Earth City.
A trial by fury and blood. You seek the source of death itself. Prepare yourselves. They are here.
Wait, this isn't the Darksiders thing, is it? Now I just look like a dick. It's worse.
I was wondering why.
I saw Gunfire Games and I forgot that they said they were doing the whole, it's the other game. You can see the other game from Gunfire Games before. Because I know they're doing Darksiders some point this week as well.
Joining me on the
Genesis,
stage to
and
talk
unlike
about
Terminator,
Remnant from
they
the
know how to
Ashes,
spell the
that
word
trailer.
Genesis.
We got the chance to see so much new gameplay footage and new environments. Let's welcome the CEO of Gunfire Games, David Adams. So David, I want to ask right away, for those who are unfamiliar with Remnant from the Ashes, what kind of game is it?
So Remnant
I heard of a book once. I don't remember where the Nazis. I don't remember where the Nazis invaded Transylvania and Dracula fucked them up.
Huge variety of different environments.
Huge players. What if this was just the next
So
Castlevania?
as a player, you're on sort of a Odyssey
Plays
like quest
Dracula
to save
and
the
the
world,
Nazis,
and
or
we
invaded
really
the
wanted
castle.
to have a bunch of
I'm
different.
just remembering Castlevania the anime at the moment.
A bunch of different stuff, and you start on Earth, but it rapidly changes very quickly as you get into the game.
And one thing that we've talked about before is that replayability is a huge focus in the game. That you could play through it 10 times and still be seeing
Just chatting,
bosses,
special effects.
new monsters, new locations.
Kimchi.
How exactly does that work?
Yeah, I think one of the coolest features of the game is the dynamic generation system. So we generate the maps, the enemies, the quests, NPCs, bosses, everything.
You built those all by hand.
This guy is super happy with his game and excited, and honestly, he's the best. I love him.
You might play the game and come in
Which game?
Hey,
Yeah, it's gonna go which guy?
and fought a dragon boss, and I'll be like, I met a guy in a helicopter, an old guy in a helicopter, and killed a tree ant. And we'd have completely different experiences.
Which makes no sense since Romania was on the Axis side and Dracula was an ethnic Hungarian in the books.
Yeah, you can play the game over and over again to see the stuff. You can jump into your friend's world to
you just ruined the
experience
game.
the content in their world, and that's a big part of the game. Just jumping in and seeing.
I
what
wonder
you
where
get.
the boss's weak point is.
About loot, which is, I understand, a big part of the game. How does it function
be
alongside
loud if it
this
wasn't.
ever-shifting gameplay?
Everything, boss.
Yeah, the loot in the game is all legendary items, and it's tied into the dynamic generation. So if you fight a boss or meet an NPC or get a cool, unique side quest, it generally coincides with a cool, unique item. It might be a boss weapon or a magical item or armor. So if you play the game and you get all completely different events, you'll have different equipment than I have.
And in the trailer, I also saw that there were 3 people walking through these. And you mentioned the co-op experience. How does co-op function?
Bullet Sponge.
So the
Bullet
game's full time
Sponge.
from beginning to
Yeah, I was
end.
just going to say,
Jumping in
wait.
and the game's
So,
definitely
like,
slower paced,
I
more difficult,
could really want a piece of
dialogue
equipment and
system.
not get it
So
because
there's a huge
I
advantage to
didn't
bringing your
get the
friends to come
previously
in there and help you
generated
take down
creature.
bosses or fight off different events or just generally progress through the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, as a big fan of Bloodborne and Dark Souls, I'm really looking forward to Remnant from the Ashes. What's the release date? Where can people get information?
So Remnant's coming out.
What the fuck does this have to do with Bloodborne and Dark Souls?
PS4, and if you pre-order the game now, you can actually get in early and start playing the game.
As a big fan of Bloodborne and Dark Souls, I'm looking forward to Neo 2.
Gunfire game. Thanks so much for talking to us about Remnant.
What about?
And as we mentioned earlier,
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know about that.
Like Elden Ring. I have no idea.
I knew Ring was in there somewhere.
Everything you want.
Big enemies.
Doesn't matter what platform you're on.
Apparently, is that all it takes
PC
now?
Gaming
Big
Show.
enemies.
And until that
Hard
time,
difficulty?
let's talk about our next title.
Stars.
This one was announced 2 years ago at the PC Gaming Show here. It's a game from Clay Entertainment called Griftlands. It's
I
changed
remember
quite a
this.
bit in the last 2 years. It's now a deck-building
was
roguelike where
wondering
you
why
don't
this
just
was.
fight, but you also negotiate your way through a broken-down sci-fi world. It's going to be available on the Epic Game Store in one short month on July 11th in alpha. Let's take a look at some of the footage of what you'll be playing.
Epic Game Store. I'm just going to keep track of all the times they were like, this will be available on the Epic Game Store. Not Steam. Not Steam, motherfuckers. But it's a battle system insulting each other. Insult or what? So there's an actual battle system, but there's also a conversational battle system. Okay. Put this at the top of my list. That's terrible.
Fight dirty, don't biting someone.
Hi. Pretty cool. I mean, it was pretty cool 2 years ago as well, so I guess nothing's really changed in that regard. We're back to square one!
Planet Zoo is the latest game from the makers of the brilliant Planet Coaster. Please welcome Piers Jackson and Lisa Bowens from Frontier Developments.
Planet
Piers, what kind of zoo are we going to be running here?
So Planet Zoo is a new management sim game from us. It involves
Planet Coaster was
building
fucking
and
awesome.
looking after a modern zoo, and you get to look after the most authentic animals we believe you've ever seen in a video game. Each of our animals are unique. They have their own needs, their own desires, and their own behaviours. They interact with each other and react with the world that you build around them. And today, for the very first time, we're really excited to be able to show everyone here our gameplay video and to announce our launch date.
Oh, fantastic.
And
Let's
it's
try the
available
world
right now.
largest family pass.
Right now on
Take a
Steam.
look inside.
What?
We're on Steam. Fuck you! And fuck you! And fuck all of you!
Nah, it's a bit.
I'm down. I'd like Jurassic World Evolution, but with less death.
Yeah.
Wish that was my gun. Like. I was just waiting for another Lion King
I love some of the
reference.
animal shenanigans here. I mean, hippos pooing, adorable baby elephants. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to play it. But before we saw the trailer, Piers mentioned this is a modern zoo, but what exactly does that mean?
So nowadays when you go to the zoo, you're not just going to see all the lovely, pretty animals. You go there, you want to be, learning about conservation, You want to learn about the research that they're doing. You want to be educated. And these are all things that you're going to be able to do in Planet Zoo. And these ideas of the modern zoo is really what we take to heart. And we're going to be promoting the health and the welfare of your animals as the most important thing to do.
And Piers, when can we see more gameplay, and when are we going to be able to get our hands on it ourselves?
So we're obviously demoing the game all this week.
Cyberpunk's not going to come out on time.
So we've recorded our presentation. Lisa's done a fantastic voice
Don't
over
be
for
daft.
it, and we'll be releasing that onto Frontier's
comment
YouTube
on
channel.
I don't want
That
to.
goes live this Friday at 11.
Early 2020 is looking great because Blue Lives 2 and Cyberpunk.
Wait to watch. Thank you so much for joining us, Piers and Lisa, everyone.
Everything gets delayed.
Pretty much.
Next up, we have a very special guest all the way from Japan.
Please welcome to the stage gaming industry legend and Shenmue creator, Yu Suzuki.
That is
said it would be
right.
She carried me
Gentlemen, joining me on the stage
What?
is Japanese game development. It's Mr. Yu Suzuki.
I bet you gotta be pretty pissed, right? Like, one of the most famous moments of E3 history is Shenmue 3 at PlayStation, right? So the year that they're like, we're gonna release Shenmue 3, PlayStation just doesn't bother fucking showing up.
Series.
It's like,
and he's
fuck!
going to talk about Shenmue 3 right now. Take it away, Yusan.
この場に立てて光栄です。Standing on the stage today. それと20年支えてくれたファンの皆さん、ありがとう。 I just want to say thank you to all the fans supporting me for the long 20 years. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I was like 15 years
for Bloodlines.
For Bloodlines.
20 years for
Shenmue.
Shenmue 3.
Is nearly over.
That's right. Let's take a world exclusive look.
It's
at
nearly
Shenmue
over,
3.
Keith.
I was never waiting. I never
That's
played
because you
PlayStation.
don't like good games. Simple.
Honestly, I don't think your kung fu is strong enough.
Grandmaster, I...
A long time ago, martial arts were banned.
Job Simulator Japan.
Interesting creatures.
Probably.
They practiced in secret, away from prying eyes, and became stronger. One even
There's
practiced
been no video, there's been no VR.
the ban and was passed on in this way.
I would have assumed there would have been some VR. Mind you, we're only halfway, so.
Yeah.
What did you say to me? Stop it.
The cat.
I heard the kitten.
Yeah, well, I hit the cat. Okay, yeah, sure.
Everyone in town is afraid of them.
They are heartless. Hey, wait right there.
What was the small child doing so high up on the ladder?
Why? You shouldn't question things like this in games like this.
You've got some guts to barge in here on your own.
Best to just let it.
I know so many people have been waiting for Shenmue 3. I would like to once again
I
thank
sense
you so much. Thank you,
QTEs.
Yusan,
I'd
for joining
imagine
us
so.
today.
They were in the
Cheers,
first
everyone.
game.
Thank you.
Now our
Have to get-
next
have to
title
get- be careful.
is near and dear to my child.
Oh, no.
It's based
I
upon
crushed
a
the
game I
kitten.
grew up playing called Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Let's take a look at an upcoming collaboration between Coffee Stain Studios and Lava Potion.
That was McKenna's like favorite sort of game. Heroes of Might and Magic.
Heroes of Might and Magic 2 was great. The last Heroes of Might and Magic was not.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me, asking me to look at that for you, by the way. I still haven't recovered.
You exist, we are. In dead or in living, it's near and it's far. In human and the nirvana and beasts of the land. It flows through the forest, it breathes the sand.
Took me a second to realise it was to the beat of the music. basically Heroes of Might and Magic again, right? Like, I'm looking at that map, like...
Yeah.
Apparently this has echoes of I'm a Lumberjack. I like that. Songs of Conquest. Sign up for closed alpha. No thanks.
The name of the game is Songs of Conquest, and here to join me in talking about it is the lead designer from Lava Potion, Carl Toftfeld. Hey, Carl.
Hi, hey, thanks.
I mean, let's just start off. For anyone who maybe hasn't played the Heroes of Might and Magic series, what is Song of Conquest all about?
It's all about, well, you kind of start out with in the town that you just saw in the end of the trailer, and from there you recruit your wielders, it's what we call our commanders, and you recruit an army, and then you kind of send off your wielders on an adventure. And they go exploring the world, they pick up resources,
I feel
frag
like Beat's
mines,
gonna
and
be
with those
stuck on my head
resources,
until
you upgrade
Just
your
Dance.
town, so you can get more stuff, and that's kind of what you do. Adventure and strategy combined.
Yeah, and you know, I know that part of the core loop is obviously get the resources to build up the township, but for what reason? Armies, man. Talk to me about those juicy battles.
Yes.
Conquest!
The whole game is turn-based. So you go into combat, you bring all your troops
I miss
in,
Heroes of
and
Might
you start by deploying them, and then all the
Those
troops
Might
take
Magic
them
Heroes
down.
that I kind of like. Yeah, we used to play like.
They go in initiative
Hotseat.
order, and then you select out, and it's a bit like chess, but instead of like pawns and bishops, you have like horned ones and face spirits.
Great. And griffins and so on.
Yeah, and all those things.
And well, you know, as
I used to play the
someone who
Nature
just
Faction.
loves the Heroes of Might
I
and Magic
remember.
series,
I used to
I
play the
know
old
that
Dead
you have
Faction.
translated a lot of the gameplay elements into Songs of Conquest.
Okay, I know.
What are some
What
of
we
the
did when we
modern
went in the
elements
wild.
that you bring?
Well, there's a lot of it.
Exactly what we did when we went in the wild, actually. Consistency. I like it.
In our
We're
Songs of
consistent.
Conquest universe, everything has an essence within them, sort of like the soul. So your troops, they have an essence. And to do magic, you need to bring the troops with the right essence with your wielders.
Oh, I see.
So if you want to like make your troops go faster, you need to bring a troop that has that essence, like cavalry.
And maybe to ask a basic question, what if my opponent kills that cavalry?
Then you can't do the magic. So
Oh, I see. Okay.
yeah. So if you're fighting someone, you kind of have to like weigh the pros and cons of what to kill off. Like, do you want to destroy their magic or their powerful troops?
Where can people go to get more information? And as always,
All of it.
When's it coming out?
And late 2020.
Oh, it's quite a ways off.
It's quite a ways off, but you can go to songsofconquest.com and sign up for Alpha, and then you can
Too
play
far.
earlier.
Well, gonna be a whole new
as
console
you know,
by then.
I'm really looking forward to playing it, Carl. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So many good games are coming up. My wallet is going to literally
Now, our
catch
next
fire.
title is an
That's a
update
mood.
to a popular co-op game.
Good old
Let's see what's
Smoky
in
XP.
store for
As a soul.
Vermintide 2.
Planet Zoo going on the bottom.
Planet Zoo hype. Hey, it's Vermintide. Vermintide's great. Do you like Warhammer? Do you like Left 4 Dead? Well, play the thing that mashes the two together. Just competitive multiplayer. Or is this like a campaign where you play on the other side? It's one of the two. Yep, versus.
You just saw the reveal of the new
I wanna review
PvP
the one
mode
with the
coming to
Gatling gun.
Vermintide 2. It turns the Warhammer Fantasy cooperative game into something even more brutally competitive. It looks
Oh, sorry.
deliciously
Rattling
real,
gun.
and show that this mode
Warhammer. I
is
remember my
so much more
Warhammer.
satisfying
Yeah,
when you know
the
you've got
level
a
of
cam on a
humour.
fellow player, making him or her cry little baby rat tears behind their computer screen. You can sign up now for the Vermintide 2 Versus beta at vermintide2.com/versus. In Per Aspera, you're an artificial consciousness orbiting Mars, whose ultimate purpose is to terraform the planet, starting from a single drone in your landing site and turning the planet into a flourishing second home for humanity. Courtesy of developer Talon Industries and publisher Raw Fury, here's a first ever look at Per Aspera.
Raw Fury.
As we all know, reaching the Red Planet was not humanity's greatest achievement. Transferring the complexity of the human mind to machines was.
And that always
so
ends well.
Succeed where we failed. So they can build us a home on that distant, dusty rock. Today, Amy reaches Mars. And begins their mission.
What? Ah! I wasn't ready for this!
Are you with us?
Of course, I'm with you, Houston.
Interesting.
I mean, terraforming Mars is something that I might be interested in, but
In the
my
Assassin's
initial
Creed
plan
universe,
would
our
be
next
dropping
guest
comments
sent
on it.
players
So.
back in time to rewrite history.
And that's why you
In his
don't work
debut
for
project
NASA.
with indie studio Panache Digital Games, he's going to take us back 10 million years to where humanity began. Here to tell us
Because
all
you've
about
accidentally
ancestors
used
is
your
creative
accident on
director and
Superfan.
co-founder of Patrice
Don't worry, guys, we're terraforming it.
Listen, even Star Trek did that. It's a great way to get a load of like water. and
Star Trek
oxygen.
also has, like, you know, I mean, you've seen Star Trek, right? It's good science isn't Star Trek's strong suit.
Well, when I started,
Admittedly, I never
I
saw it in
needed
the
a
Enterprise
game,
series, but yeah.
an open world game in which you can do a lot of things. You need a character in a 3D environment at first. And I said, oh, I'm the historical guy, I'm the historical dude, so I need an historical period. They said, oh, let's go back at the very beginning. It'll be easier to do because I won't have to build a city, I won't have to build technology, and I was a bit naive because we built Africa 10 million years ago. And that's not easy to build.
It doesn't sound easy. I mean, how have you turned those themes into gameplay?
Well, you play our last common ancestor, right? Of
So you
all
could
the
do
big
this for
apes.
Vampire.
And then you have
Person
to
talking.
explore
Yeah.
your
Gameplay.
environment, and
Picture
eventually
in
you
picture.
expand
Picture
your
in
territory,
picture.
you expand your
Picture
clan because
in picture.
you're not playing that
We've
one
solved it.
badass character.
See,
you play a group of badass characters.
I don't know how
And
successful
eventually
this
you
game is
evolve
gonna be.
into different species, up until Lucy the Australopithecus, roughly 2 million years ago.
I imagine our ancestors had a lot more issues to deal with than we do today. There's going to be a lot more dangers in this world, so tell me a bit more about those.
Well, it's all about from a prey to a predator. Basically, at the beginning of the game, everybody is there to kill you and devour you. And basically, at the end, it's pretty much...
It's like going on Reddit.
Where you're the predator and everybody's afraid of you. And that's the idea of Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey.
So, Patrice, ultimately, what is the key to evolving your clan successfully?
I love card-based roguelike dating sims.
Because, you know, I made a game about characters and you needed to follow the
game's that
story
never
I
do?
wrote for you. This
It'll be great
You're
fun.
basically writing the story, right?
Which
there's no
primate is
story.
best? I was
eating lunch, what did I
It's
miss?
not about going and see mission givers. It's not about looking at the mini-maps and the little dots. It's
Why is
about
everyone
you,
voting
hey,
human?
Homo sapiens, can you survive like our ancestors did? And that's the question I'm asking the players. It'll be
This is why
for you
democracy
to
is a
answer that
mistake.
question August 27th.
It's
Well,
monkey
on
approach.
PC first.
I was going to ask you when
Monkeys
we
are
can see
rather
your
large
launch.
category of...
Thank you so much,
Getting good at this.
As
Isn't
Patrice
Monkey
says,
just
Ancestors
all of
will be
the
released
other ones?
August 27th,
Well,
and you can
it's
learn
kind
more
of
at
split.
AncestersGame.com.
I'm trying to think of all monkeys primates. Patrick!
Google. Patrick! Tom! Anyone!
It's blatantly orangutan. I kind of agree for apes that like orangutans are awesome, but all monkeys primates.
This is an epic game start. Shenmue. Are these exclusives or not? Ah, oh, so good. Solar Ash Kingdom.
That's
Yes,
one
they are.
strong bird.
Guessed it.
Thank you, Patrick. I wasn't too sure that I could.
That was Tom.
Oh, Tom. Yes, it was Tom.
We've got the same. No, they're around the same. Oh, it's very similar colour in that one.
Yeah, I'm looking at that one because I can't read that one. I've got this like the same purple name.
Atomic Ore. These are all Epic Games exclusives. Wow. Yeah, what they call it. It's a golf game for people who don't like golf. What will you play next? Probably Halo. History has taught me anything about what we've been doing the last couple of days. I think it's more of a blanket term to cover species of primate. It's the weirdest game of chess I've ever seen in my life. They're finally announcing chess too.
Auto chess.
Epic Games Store. Bonk.
Please welcome to the stage, Loring Lee, founder
Wait,
and CEO
isn't that
of
based on Dota Auto Chess?
What?
Indeed, Auto
Battle
Chess
chess.
has turned out to be a sensation.
Yeah,
Hundreds
Auto
of
chess.
thousands, millions of players.
But wasn't that a
getting
thing?
taste of it.
Wasn't that a
Here to
Dota
talk
thing?
about it's coming to PC. Is Loring
Coming
Lee.
to
Take
the
it away, Loring.
Epic Games Store.
I'm Loring Lee.
That would be that's interesting. That would be interesting.
Hello, yeah.
Oh,
I'm the
Chess and
CEO
Dragon.
and the founder of Dragon's Game. Dragon's Game is
Say that
a
10
game
times fast.
developer and
Auto chess and Dragon Nest, 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 Auto chess and Dragon Nest.
As the trailer says, this is a real engaging game of auto chess. Dragon's Dome now is
So,
working
yeah, did that go how you
with
thought it was gonna go?
Oh, okay. Oh, auto chess.
But you can't get 3 sentences out in the podcast.
Not when you're on it.
Auto chess.
I'm on this live stream. How does that logic even work?
Everyone from
There is no logic.
with any device
only the PC
can
gaming
enjoy
show.
the fun of auto chess.
Right now there is. This is the whole
They are
world.
building the PC version with by using the
You can, in case you couldn't tell, I don't think either of us are really bothered about auto chess.
Unreal Engine is one of the best game engines.
I was expecting you to say auto chess
With the help
from Dragon because of the book Phil Dumplin's in it too. Auto chess from Dragon Nest.
Unreal. I believe we can
That's
finish
how I
our
was
job
expecting.
quickly and efficiently.
10 times
And
and you didn't do it
today, I'm very
Respect.
glad to announce
I got a spell in my finger
the
yesterday.
PC version
Yeah,
of Auto Chess will be coming to the Epic Game Store.
Rails.
I look forward.
Standards.
Yeah.
I put it out live on the podcast and didn't say anything. But
Playing
it's
auto chess on
Did you start flipping off the
later
podcast?
this year. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Loring Lee.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Thanks so
Sorry,
much for
Dom.
sharing the
Sorry
news
about
with
Rick.
us. Once again, Auto Chess, if you have not played it, you must check it out. It is so
Auto
fun.
chess from Dragon
Our
Nest.
next title
Auto chess from
is
Dragon Nest. Auto chess from Dragon Nest.
Inspired indie game.
We'll find out, Sean, because one of the things we love about PC gaming is the way that game creators from all over the world can draw inspiration from one another's work. Chris Tales is a great example of that, a gorgeous indie love letter to classic JRPGs developed by a team in Colombia. Chris Tales' spin on the genre
The
brings a
country
unique
or the
perspective
state?
that lets you see the past, present, and future
the
on
university?
screen at the same time. So you'll see the future change based on your decisions
Colombia's not a
in real
state,
time.
right?
Here's the
I'm just
wild
making that up,
exclusive
right?
reveal of Chris Tales.
There's Columbia University. Columbus is a place.
Colombia is a country.
Colombia is a country. I got that part right.
If you saw what was, what is, and what would be. If you knew how it ends. Would you change it? Could you make the hard decisions? And would you be strong enough to fight?
You know, that style's nice.
If you learn from the past and act in the present.
Oh my god.
You can rewrite the future.
Simultaneously? When I play this, I need you to come around and just check on me periodically. Just make sure I'm like lying on the ground with blood coming out of my nose.
Unfortunately, I've been to the, like that's what superpower from what game would you choose?
In PC gaming, it's not the size of your weapon, it's how you use it. And I'm holding one of the, well quite frankly, it's a bit average, isn't it? It's just your average, Glock, really. No, it's one of the ridiculous alien weapons from our next game, Valfaris. A brutal, heavy metal-infused 2D action platformer inspired by true old-school classics like Hurricane. Assuming the role of fearless warrior Therion, players must blast and slash their way through the doomed citadel of Valfaris, overcoming its deadly environments and enemies before challenging the arcane evil at its very heart. Get ready to rip the galaxy a new wormhole from public.
Yeah, there's like all of this stuff in the background. I don't know if it's the location that they're in.
Like, it's all like Aztec style shit, and it's like, why is that there?
Okay, this definitely looks like Seven of Souls one place.
I mean, the music alone, right? It's like, I mean, basically, that's one guy. But yeah, this is a Russell gun.
Exterminate that neck. The bastard Howard. What?
I hope Russell's watching this one. Because he was disappointed by the Xbox One yesterday. But one of them was just called The Bastard.
Yeah.
Defo Ross game.
Yeah.
I'll link him in the trailer afterwards.
Just incredible action in the Valfaris trailer. I'm very excited for our next guest. In case you have not been in downtown LA, E3 is covered with Borderlands 3 art. It's amazing, it's beautiful. And joining me is the amazing and beautiful Paul Sage, creative director of Borderlands 3. Beautiful's the new one.
Don't worry,
Yeah, there you
we've
go,
locked
Paul.
Randy Fulton into a chest, wrapped it full of chains, and dropped it off of here. I mean, put it somewhere there.
Unfortunately,
So,
we left his phone in the chest.
Well, this time we get to talk about Moze, and she is our gunner vault hunter, so she has a big mech, so it's one of the things. All about loot. We're talking about, the different loot, such as shields, grenades, those things, going to different planets, so a lot of stuff to talk about.
I mean, the Borderlands 3 hack would be much different.
Tell us everything you can about her.
Okay, yes, I'll tell you everything I can.
If someone deleted
Moze,
Twitter
like
from
I
Randy
said, she's a
Pitchford's
mech
phone about
pilot.
3
She has
months
this big
ago.
mech. It's called Iron Bear. She gets into Iron Bear. Yeah. We have multiple action skills, which
Like I
means
said,
that she
it's
can
nothing
equip
against the
either a
game,
minigun
or
a
people like this
railgun
guy,
or a flamethrower,
or anyone
or
else who's
artillery
working on it.
something
It's just,
like
it's
that.
hard to like look at Borderlands and not think about
Now, we've been excited to be collating a whole bunch of
Everything.
community questions. We're going to break them into two categories. First, there's a whole bunch of repeat questions that I want to make sure we get to right now. One of the big categories is about loot, because you've mentioned having a billion guns earlier, but what can you tell us about some of the other gear? the other
Siren,
progression
obviously.
systems right in the game?
Yeah, so let's talk about grenades. Like one of my favorite things
You're
that
all
we don't
wrong.
get to talk about a lot. So in the past, we've had grenades that they've had like one thing. They can bounce, they can stick to different things,
Yeah.
This time, we're combining like all of those things. So for instance, the other day I was playing and I threw a grenade, and that grenade had a bounce. It would stick, an explosion would come out, and the grenade would fire guns as it was going through, right? So we have like a ton of different
Fire
grenades
guns?
that are in there.
Not bullets, but
It's
guns.
frozen. And now it's
Shield where if
gone
you
black.
duck,
Now it's
that
black.
shield will extend out in front of you, so
Oh,
just
interesting.
tons of different things that we have with our characters. Class mods are unique, and that they give you skills.
The stream is coming apart. Damn you, Borderlands.
About artifacts, what are those?
So artifacts are, we've kind of concentrated on like, hey, does the game feel fluid? Can I, slide into things? Can I jump? Can I mantle? Right. So when we were playing with that, we slid into a barrel, right? And the barrel exploded, and we're like, well, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So why don't we do something like that? So our artifacts actually add certain things to movement. So for instance, you can slide faster. You can slide, and every time you slide, there's an explosion. We have something we call.
This isn't us, by the way. This isn't the internet. This is the stream.
Second category of questions unrelated
a
to
lot
loot.
of people
Category of
just popped in
questions
just for
unrelated to loot.
Borderlands.
Well, there's going to be a single-player campaign.
What's
going to be happening after the campaign?
It's the stream itself.
Beyond the single-player, maybe end-game content that you can talk about.
Maybe it's Twitch.
Right, in-game content.
Twitch is
well, let's see. I can give a little bit. So we have this thing what we call the Guardian system. So for those people who play
YouTube failed us
you might
yesterday.
remember Badass ranks. Badass ranks. You can get, it's
but
basically
it's
kind of
fine because everybody's doing this cool game streaming future where we're all going to be able to stream games over the internet even though we can't stream video reliably. So I remind you, my internet is fast enough to do Google Stadia at 4K, according to their numbers. I should not be having a problem with this.
And then we're going to hit some rapid-fire questions. How do the boss fights in Borderlands 3 compare to Borderlands 1 and 2? I know those were big aspects.
Is there a dog and can I pet it?
A boss fight,
I must be getting old. I really enjoy the PC Gaming Film 1 and if you have a big
boss fights that have like phases and stuff like that. So now
that's not getting old.
Smart people in the audience know that we've talked about going to vaults instead of
No, I know. So
right, and so there are
I'm just rebutting the comment.
Boss encounters there.
I wonder if it's going to start bringing up
multi-phase boss encounters.
Streams going dead.
A lot of different boss encounters throughout the game.
Well, now I want to ask some really quick questions that should be yes or no, very brief. First from Castore. How will you be handling multiplayer?
All of the primates together, they win.
Therefore
humans.
Be allowing anybody to jump in at any time.
Where's primates?
Awesome. From MHL Animations. Can I pet the gun? Great question.
I'm not here to judge what you do with your gun, so that's a personal question.
All right, great. Sam Wiseman asks, is Maya's new companion a siren?
People are asking.
I'm so glad there's not one dude in the front of the front row going
woo
every time they say something.
Ironic Sanguine says, is Tiny Tina going to be seen fighting alongside the Vault Hunters?
Yes.
Nice. All right, I'm just going to blast through a couple more as fast as I possibly can. What's the level cap at launch?
50.
Will we get to see Flak?
Yes.
Will we see golden keys and/or shift codes for Borderlands 3?
Absolutely.
Will there be duels?
Yes.
Other kinds of PvP?
Yes and no.
And also maybe. Perfect.
Yeah.
And will you be able to transfer weapons between your characters?
Absolutely, right from the start.
Perfect. And when is the damn game coming out?
Friday the 13th, 2019, September 13th.
Perfect. Borderlands.com for
That's
more
left to respect the
information.
shark.
Thanks so much for joining me on stage.
Sean, thank you.
Maneater. What? He didn't say the date. What did he say? Friday the 13th of what?
September. I think he said afterwards.
Oh, they're beautiful. Our next game, we're going to be revisiting a guest that we saw
Where?
earlier in the show. He's upstairs with Frankie. What you got for us?
Oh, hi, we're live. Sorry. Hello, I was just, I was actually testing out my outfit for this weekend. I don't know, what do you think, John?
I think you look really sharp, as always.
Very sharp. Well, thank you so much. John Gibson, president of Tripwire, thank you for joining us again on the show.
Yeah.
Very busy man, yes.
Yes.
Now, last year, we revealed Man-Eater to the world. And can you remind anyone who missed it what the game's all about?
PG.
Absolutely. Man-Eater is an open-world action RPG, or Shark PG as we call it. You start as a small baby shark pup, and you have to survive in this harsh world.
1,000 Twitch
and try to
streams
eat your
just
way to the
started
top
saying
of the
baby
ecosystem.
shark.
The three words that we think sum the game up the best are eat,
I feel like I
explore,
almost
and
heard them
evolve.
out. They're connected through the Twitch sphere.
Well, let's meet him then. Let's take a look at the new trailer.
I think my pup may actually be right.
Nice. This is getting muted. But yeah, cool. Fucking props for the tune, hell yeah.
Come any closer with that camera, we two gonna tussle.
Hey April! Welcome to the stream. You just missed the Shark PG. Most of it.
John,
I'm not going to give any context to the outfit.
That was
Press
Scaly
F
Pete.
to respect the
And
shot.
Scaly Pete's the villain in this tale. Pete
Everyone in
is,
chat will be pressing it.
is a best fisherman
I'm
in
not
the Gulf,
pressing it.
best shark fisherman. Or
I'll probably end up
telling you
ending
he's
the
best
stream
shark
or something.
fisherman. And he disfigures our baby shark at the beginning of the game and does some really nasty things. So he's not a very nice guy. And now the story of Maneater is told through the lens of a reality
Correct.
show called Shark Hunters versus Maneaters. And it follows Pete and
Oh,
the player
Jesus
shark
Christ, it's
on
the
its
dancing
adventures.
shark.
And you know, it's a really, you know, it's a very exciting way to tell.
Yeah, they revealed it last year. It was one of Russell's favourite games.
It looks like your main goal of the shark is to just bite everything.
Yeah, there is an awful lot of man-eating going on in this game. That is the name of the game. And but we'd like to think of the game as a shark-tastic fun action game. It's like GTA if you were a shark. But there is more to the game than just eating. So we spent a lot of time moving through the water, breathing, and adding abilities to go up on the beach for an afternoon snack. There's a lot
I
of
really want to
exciting
play
things
this,
to do in the
Tom.
game.
And you
Tom,
mentioned before it's a shark PG.
you and
How
me
does that
both.
ranking system work?
Neither do
So
I.
there's three facets
It just
to the Shark PG elements of the game.
Yeah.
There's growth, there's life phases, and there's evolutions. So growth comes about through eating things, nutrients, people, whatever you can find.
But you could jump
and that's
over
kind
that
of like
bridge
your
at some
XP in
point.
the game. That allows you to level up. Your shark will grow a little bit. You'll get more powerful. And then at key phases that we call life phases, you'll
So
make a big
apart
jump.
from
So let's
sharks,
say you're a
any
brooding teenage
standout
shark,
games
and
in the
you're about to
PC
become an
gaming
adult.
show?
When you become an adult, you take a big leap in size, a big leap in
So Evil's asking.
power and capability. And then as you reach these life phases,
Keith is fully
you'll unlock
engrossed for the
evolutions. This
first
can be
time
applied to
today.
parts of the shark's body. For example, you could get metallic teeth. that allow you to
Everyone would
shred
like to know,
bones,
apart from
or
sharks, are there
powerful
any
tail that allows
standout
you to
games
jump
so
to
far
incredible
in the
heights.
PC gaming show?
Or you could get
I'm just trying to
mutated
figure
worms
out
that allow
how
you to spend a little more
you
time
get
on the beach getting those
metallic
afternoon
teeth
snacks.
if the
Just really quickly, John.
Okay,
Everyone's wanting
but
to know this.
everyone would like to know if there have
So
been any
really
standout
hard
games so far.
hammer-heading away at this game,
On this show.
and trying to make it the most awesome shark RPG ever.
Because, you know, so far
we've
the
not
entire
really
E3
announced a
conference
date,
has
but
been,
we're
you know,
pretty certain you're going to see it before the
Star Wars.
next PC gaming show.
But
Well, I hope we do.
I mean, it's
John,
been a lot more
otherwise
Star Wars. Don't listen
I'm
to
going to
him.
have to start biting people. In fact, I'm
I
quite.
just
worried
thought we
about
should
it.
just
I think
condense
that's
it down
gonna
to
be
just,
an
you know,
audience now, because
today.
you guys are
Yeah.
tasty, so
Well, I mean, we
see
could
you
try
in
and
a bit.
recap the whole thing.
Thanks,
Because I
John.
think because this is the first show that we've seen today. I mean, there was that. I'm trying to remember the name of it. The Magic clone.
Songs of Conquest.
Songs of Conquest. Yeah.
Age of Wonders.
Yeah.
In Space. I can't remember the name of the.
Age of Wonders.
The subtitle.
Planet something.
Planet
4. Yeah.
Griftlands look pretty good.
Yeah.
Vampire they butchered Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
I was trying not to mention that one because you were so annoyed at how they did that. Nothing wrong with the actual game, just
No, the
they
game
decided to
looks great.
focus on the talking heads and not the
You know, one of the
images
absolute best
on the
parts
screen.
about being sponsored by iWin for the PC Gaming Show.
Oh, there
is
was
I
a
get to
monitor.
sit for this next segment.
Oh,
Talk to
That
you
is the greatest
about
monitor in
Terraria.
existence or something.
Terraria is one of the best.
What did they do to Vampire the Masquerade? They forgot that they could do picture-in-picture.
Part of the reason why it's maintained
So
such
they
popularity
have Brian
is the fact that
Mitsoda and
developers
Caro.
with Logic continue to add content.
Can't remember a second name. On the stage, doing the talking. It wasn't a card. Doing the talking for the game, and then they had pre-alpha gameplay footage on the screen behind them. So naturally, they focused the entire camera on the two people talking, and you couldn't see the gameplay. And I was like, fucking motherfuckers. I wasn't very happy.
No. That was almost a table flip.
Which would have been impressive because it's bolted to the wall. I'm sure there's others that we're forgetting.
Indeed, there's been quite a few. That's the PC Gaming Show.
Hey! Bad Bear, Mr. Bad Bear, welcome to the stream. Hola. Dragos Magari? It's hard to tell because it's really light against the light background. But I wish you'd be happy. Thank you. I wish you'd be happy too. Also, the stream is slowly dying.
Yeah, ever since Borderlands came up.
Or they just stopped. That was how it ended.
Yeah.
I'm late because I was catching up with Bethesda's conference. Wish I hadn't bothered. I mean, if you come here first, we could have told you not to bother.
It's Game of the Year, right?
I mean,
looks funny.
It looks funny.
Game
Yeah,
director
funny is
Sam
good.
Barlow and actor-producer Logan
I don't know if
Marshall
I'm
Green.
psyched
Welcome,
apart from this to
gentlemen.
actually, you know.
Fall Guys is Game of the Year.
Now, if you haven't played Her Story, you totally should. It's fantastic. I want to note, it is a game where you watch live interactive video in order to uncover what happened with a murder. What is it that's going on in Telling Lies? What's the premise?
So, like Her Story, Telling Lies.
Everybody is very
watch video
truthful,
footage
isn't
to piece together
Really?
a story.
Yeah.
And this time we have a woman who has
Specifically
stolen
Dr. Decker.
an NSA hard drive, which contains.
Well, like the subgenre of FMV games is just.
Something has gone terribly wrong.
Her Story was pretty great, Tom. Yes, absolutely.
It's time to take a look at some of the gameplay mechanics and see Telling Lies in action. Let's take a look.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. I'm gonna turn this back down. It seems like it's gotten louder.
Yeah.
Once upon a time.
It's late. I gotta get her in the bath. I don't love you and I don't miss you.
How do you all feel about the conferences so far? I can tell you how we feel because I wrote it down. We gave EA Play a Star Wars out of 10. And we gave Microsoft a 7.5 out of 10. And we gave Bethesda a 4 out of 10, and I feel like we were being a bit generous. And then for Devolver Digital, Keith gave it a thumbs up.
I've only ever been
What can you say about Devolver Digital? It's art. It's
It
kind of.
was awesome.
It
was
doesn't really focus and deal with it in the normal way we deal with a normal press conference because it's not really conference.
How dare you? I mean, it wasn't, was it? It was a director's. Devolver Direct.
Emotionally. I'm a loyal friend.
It was a great short film. It was my favourite conference. But they're always my favourite conference.
Oh, Sam, I got some questions for you about what we've just seen. I mean, talk to me about the mechanics.
Did you
I mean,
feel
I
like
saw,
the Xbox conference
subtitles
kind
up,
of disappointed?
highlighting
Depends where your
more
expectations were.
I think we all came
So
with
what we
higher
do in Telling
expectations
Lies
because
is
Sony wasn't going to be
take
here.
all of the
Which, when you think
exploration
about it,
we
doesn't
have in a
make
normal
much sense.
video. So we're walking around 3D.
Makes less, yeah.
Yeah,
We
it's
apply
like,
that
the
directly to
Microsoft do
story
so well because they don't have to
So you're
like
gonna be
show
scrubbing around
themselves
in
up
these
against
books,
anyone.
paying close attention, and you're going to be picking up on the subtext, listening to names, people, places.
Of the ones I
And
saw,
with that information,
E3.
you're gonna
Oh,
use
it
that
won't be
to
that'll
find
be
more
changed by the end of the
dig
night.
into those, and over
Xbox
time, kind of build up this picture
is-
of the story. And it's
Avril was
truly
saying
like
that
an
Xbox is one
open
so far,
world video
but
game.
Well, I mean, a lot of times with open world video,
that'll be different
right,
in
with
that
square
levels.
kilometerage,
Guarantee
or
it.
miles in America.
And if it's not, it'll definitely be
what's
different
the sort of
tomorrow.
scope that we're talking about? Like, how many hours of footage is there?
Just because he said 9
So
hours,
what-
I was like,
over 10 hours of footage here.
Wow,
So
really?
it's a story that encompasses like 2 years. What I wanted to do with this one was, like I say, really embrace this idea of it being an open world game. You're free to explore and follow your curiosity. Just lose yourself in this story.
Yeah.
All the characters.
That's
It's
all
this
of them.
huge, messy, colorful story that we're trying to tell.
Well, I'm curious, Logan, as a performer in this kind of game, what is it like to actually try to have all the layers in there for each performance, also not knowing when a player's going
Except
to be
developers,
seeing the
but-
specific footage you're performing?
Devolver is art.
Well, it's definitely a
Art is
non-linear
life.
open world
Devolver
game.
is
Our
life.
approach and Sam's approach was,
mean,
what have I
not
seen
unlike
this
a
guy
movie
in?
or a TV show, and we had to understand it A to B. And so,
Logan
for the most
Marshall
part, that's how
Green.
we shot it. Obviously, when you're shooting a movie or a TV show, and in this case, a game, you're going to be
I got what you
shooting out of order. But we actually stayed pretty linear in how we approached the story. We went after it like all the other times we're actors. We just went after intention and what do we want, and we tried to make it as deep. You know, it's got a lot of scope.
Yeah.
But we wanted
Spider-Man
to make it as
Homecoming.
deep as possible, and Sam is one of the best movie or TV directors I've worked with, so it was very similar.
Nice. Yeah, look at you too. Now, of course, I do want to stress
Gotcha.
to any of you, if you have not played Her Story, it's quick to play through. It's absolutely brilliant. Please check it out in the meantime. But we're, of course, waiting to find out, when can we play Telling Lies?
Very soon. Very soon, I promise. We'll have a date soon. Right now, you can go to Steam. You can wishlist it on Steam. We all love Steam. And yeah, very soon. We'll be showing a little bit more during E3.
No response from the crowd.
Very soon.
Fantastic.
Desperate to get it out there.
Yeah.
People to play it.
As soon as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Sam Logan,
like-
thanks so much for
That was
joining me
weird.
on stage.
That was weird.
Once again,
I was
Say
expecting.
earlier on before, it's like, yeah, it's like someone was saying about Steam, giving it to you now.
I was expecting a reaction when he said that. Though.
Frankie's going to be talking to us about a game that my friends, year after year after year, keep telling me I have to play because of how much they've improved it. Frankie, what's going on with Warframe?
Well, one of my favorite parts of last year's show, aside from being upstaged by a giant duck, was getting a glimpse at the future of Warframe. And here with the latest look at the next expansion to the universe is Space Mum Rebecca
I mean,
Ford.
they definitely had a hype squad in the front row of the press
Now, Rebecca,
conference.
what are we about to see?
We're going to take a look at an amazing trailer that our team has put together. A lot of our players have been waiting a year for a look at what we've been calling
wish I knew
Railjack,
sign
so it's
language.
about time to, see what we've been doing.
She did a bit of sign language just after she got that space bomb, and I'm like,
You should learn sign
I don't know what this means.
I want to learn sign language. Mind you, I want to do a lot of things. I need to actually just sit down and do them.
Yeah, I love you.
I need more Warframe. I need to play Warframe again as well. I enjoyed it. I just, I don't know, stopped. And you get to play a fucking Space Ninja with an assault rifle, like.
Yeah.
I remember playing this when it first at EGX like many years ago before it came out. I was in the queue. There was 2 games for the queue. This and Killzone. Everybody's going to go Killzone, right?
Mm.
So when the lady from Digital Extremes came out, she was like, "Is anyone gone back? Anyone want to play Warframe? Anyone want to play Warframe?" She got at me. I was like,
so exciting.
"Fuck waiting in this queue. Yeah, I'll play Warframe."
Epic space combat. So tell me about the new stuff that players are going to be able to experience.
I wasn't shaking before we started talking, and now I am because it's real. Because Empyrean is what we're calling codename Railjack. It's basically taking the Space Ninja part of Warframe, sending it back up to space, bringing players that squad gameplay they know, taking the enemies like the Corpus and the Grineer, giving them their own Railjack to essentially explore the solar system with and take down the bad guys.
And when are fans going to get to see more?
Well, TennoCon is in London, Ontario. It's July 6th, and you can come watch it online on Twitch. We're going to be showing a lot more in our page for what Empyrean is going to be.
Well, today I'm getting
What's all the cons for games? Like individual games. Quite a con,
I
con.
cannot say that on live
Stockholm.
television, but there are ways. But yeah, you
Not
just
a
have to
game
watch
yet.
link your Warframe Twitch account. If you watch 30
It's-
minutes of our
they've got,
live
like,
show, you can get it. But
some sort of space fighter thing.
Well, thank you
The
so
whole
much,
game
Rebecca,
isn't
and good
available,
luck
but
with
one
TennoCon.
small aspect of it is.
Okay, now we've seen some amazing
we'll build a
stuff
whole
today.
con.
Nothing quite so gloriously
Well,
strange as
you
our
guys
next
did
game.
come before.
Developed by Brooklyn-based
Yeah.
studio Feral Cat Den. It's an
We'll
existential
charge people
space
just to
cat
watch it
odyssey
online.
set during the Big Bang. Yeah, it's actually blown my mind learning about this one.
Is this the
Buckle
Big
up,
Bang
everyone,
game?
Because we're about to get bonkers with Genesis Noir.
Everybody shut up. For making that joke all day. Don't know why.
Is this guy the question?
It could be. Oh, the art style does look very, very nice.
I mean, this is a trailer, this isn't the gameplay.
Yeah. Is that the art style? Fuck knows what the gameplay is gonna be. See?
Yeah.
Is that what caused the Big Bang?
A guy with a ridiculous quiff shoots a gun.
Shoots a gun at a mermaid?
Genesis Noir, just beautiful, stylish art.
In
Next game we're gonna
space?
take a look at is the twist on the stealth genre. It's called El Hijo.
Jesus
You play
Christ.
as a 6-year-old trying to escape a monastery and find your mother using toys and tricks to avoid monks. Let's take a look
What?
at this gorgeous spaghetti western inspired.
That's how I've
project
noticed
from the
very little
studio.
gameplay. The gameplay comes after. Like, people always say this about E3, right? I've just seen the cinematic reveal trailers and stuff. Like, people don't watch the 3 days of E3 that's actually E3. There's tons of gameplay. But yeah, there has been, like, a lack of gameplay on stages, I've noticed as well. What's this? Do we know the name of it?
I didn't catch the name of it. It's a game where you try and escape from a monastery.
Big mood. It's El Hijo. Whoa, shit. Fucking monks. Bill Smith just did a stealth kill. Tiny little kid just. Rhyme 2.0. I think that style's very rhyminiscent. Yes. El Hijo, I was right.
El Hijo, once again, is the title of the trailer we just
Baldur's
saw.
Gate.
For our final guest tonight,
It's
please join me in
time.
welcoming from Larian Studios CEO Sven Vinke, and from Dungeons and Dragons at Wizards of the Coast, the creative director of
the
Dungeons and
Menace.
Dragons, Mike Merles, to talk about Baldur's Gate 3.
That's not, that is Mike.
Yeah. Now, this was only just recently announced. How did this partnership come about?
We went to see Wizards of the Coast at the end of Divinity Original Sin 1.
Yeah.
We agree.
2014. And I tried to convince them back then that they should give us the Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate Hype. We've got Baldur's Gate Hype in the
And,
chat.
so, but we had a long chat about
Indeed.
what the vision would be for the game. And then we kept on bumping into each other. And then suddenly in 2016...
By the guys who made Divinity Original Sin.
The big boss of Mike and the head of Dungeons and Dragons, he said, you need to come to Seattle right away. We're going to have dinner in a very shady restaurant. And he had this big stack of paper with him. And on it was Baldur's Gate 3. And in it was pretty much everything that we talked about. And he says, I'm going to present this to my board. Do you still want to do it? I said, yeah, of course I still want to do it.
Everyone's bouncing.
And then a couple of weeks later, we started negotiating. And here we are.
I mean, what does the Baldur's Gate franchise mean to you, Mike?
Oh, to me, it's the crown jewel of D&D computer games, right? I mean, for me personally, Baldur's Gate, the original one, was finally I had the chance to actually play a D&D campaign rather than having to run them for all my friends.
Came out of that
so
huge
it means so
box.
much to us. Baldur's Gate, it's
Three
such a
CD
fantastic
ROMs.
storytelling,
3 CD
and
ROMs
it's
because
so
apparently I'm
exciting
86 years old.
not only new generation gamers,
And a
but for
manual
the
this
gamers who
thick.
remember of the 20
Yeah, I
years
remember
it's
the
been
Neverwinter
since
Nights
the
one, which
original
also
first
came with the manual basically what the classes
incredibly
were.
exciting.
To like, you know,
And
I
for us,
get
it
plus,
really
plus.
is. It's such an important
Like, you could
part
probably play D&D off of this, right?
Yeah.
Says
it's something we'll play as
elements,
handbook.
the world elements. What are things we're going to see in Baldur's Gate 3?
Well, we're only talking about what's in the trailer right now, but
Mind
obviously you go to the
flares.
city, because we start with the city. You start outside of the city, actually. There's going to be mind flayers. They're very nasty.
The manual is like
you
the
are
fucking
seeing in the trailer
PHP.
the process of seromorphosis, as we call it. It's accelerated, so that's not normal.
Yeah.
And you're going to see a lot of iconic creatures, iconic characters, iconic places, and that's as far as we go.
I'm curious about some of the gameplay elements because obviously, there's just been a big resurgence of Dungeons and Dragons, tons of broadcasts on Twitch. I mean, how do you translate some of the insane things that players want to do into, what has to be a structured computer game?
So we started with the player handbook, which is basically the basic rule set of Dungeons and
which player
Release
handbook?
date.
Fifth edition.
I don't think they're going to give us a release
And
date.
so we ported as much as we could to the video game. We looked at what worked really well. We looked at the things that didn't work that well because it is a video game and this was made for tabletop gaming. And so we started modifying those things, and then we had to add things on top of it, because if you play tabletop, you have a game master, and you say, well, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And then the
I
game
want to
master
start a fight with a pigeon. And he's like, okay, roll for dexterity.
Sure. Exactly, that's it. So we had to add
Totally
systems
doing that in the
to
next
make that
D&D we've
possible in
played.
the game. But we've gone very, very far.
Yeah, I mean, can you give an example of like a crazy
They've
moment
already said no
where
release date
you
will be announced until
you
it's
could actually
ready.
play out in the game?
Well, I could, let's say that we get into a fight, because you ask a nasty question, I don't want to answer it. And I take the chair over there, I put it on fire, smash it on your head. Well, just as an example.
It's just an example, it's fine, we're just talking.
These are things that we have to put systems into the game for to do it, which are not necessarily going to be described inside of the book.
Interesting.
What's the best RPG of the last 10 years?
Speaking to Larian Studios,
Yowza.
you have tons of data, of course, the things that players do. What's the sort of
Wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised by the different ones they've gone for. Do you want to mention anything about the Dragon Age game which has appeared on there?
No, I'm just going to go with D.
It's like a toy box for dungeon masters
I have to
and
go
players
with
to go
B.
into and build their own stories.
What about everybody out there in
Working with
Chatland?
A lot of it was just opening up that toy box and sharing it. And giving that
Fucking
kind of guidance,
but
you know, like
Tom's
I
not
really
happy
work with
about
Twitch Media,
Dragon Age
just
2.
laid
He
out a
says
map
C,
of all the
Pillars of Eternity 2. Is anyone out there for A or E? Because we seem to have a quite diverse spread. I love how it's on 1%.
And then
By
for
the
the,
way.
in terms of the system support, you know, what
I'm
does
looking
it
at that
mean in
wrong
terms
one,
of
it's
the
on
story
two.
for each character, for each character race,
No.
character class? So that you know,
Back.
if you have your favorite class and it's in the game, you really feel like you're taking on that role that you love so much from the tabletop.
Oh,
It's really coming to life.
Ava
in an
loves
authentic
Skyrim,
way.
but
And we're going to talk in a
Don't.
moment about Baldur's Gate 3 release dates and whatnot. But we have a second game that we want to talk about on a new technology known as pencil and paper.
You're leaving us hanging here.
A tabletop prequel
one
coming
letter.
for Baldur's Gate.
Exactly. So in Baldur's Gate, we think there's one saga. All the different games coming together to tell one grand story of this city.
Which is also awesome.
On September 17th, we're releasing our next
Can't
tabletop
decide.
campaign, Baldur's Gate: Descent into
Fair
Avernus, and it is the next chapter in the Baldur's Gate saga. Right. And it's a
you
prequel.
misspelled Divinity Original
So if you
Sin
haven't
2.
played a Baldur's Gate game since Baldur's Gate 1 or 2, this is your chance to check out on the history. It's been about 100 years since the events of Baldur's Gate 2.
Yeah.
So this will give you a chance to check in on the city, to see what's going on, its current state, who the movers and shakers are. We also feature a complete levels 1 to 13 campaign that takes you from the mean streets of Baldur's Gate to the depths of hell itself. And sort of pose to the players a question.
Wow, that's some journey.
It's the first level of hell, but they've added Mad Max
Well, I have to ask
mechanics for
a lot of people's
riding
minds.
around in
Can you
hell
talk to
vehicles.
us about
Oh hell, we're about to have that discussion, I think.
For it for a long time.
I don't see Witcher as a proper RPG. I mean, you're playing a role, but that role is Geralt, so it becomes is an RPG. Is it still an RPG if you're playing
A defined character?
a specific defined character?
By
Well, I know
that
a lot of people have been waiting for a long time. And I think I
basis,
speak for a
most
lot of
of
people here when I say
all of
take
the
your
Final
time.
Fantasy
Divinity
games
original
can't
Sin
count
games
as
are
an
any
RPG.
indication of the
Is
quality.
JRPG not
It's
its
gonna
own
be
thing, though?
fantastic and worth the wait.
Well, this is
Thanks
what
so
I
much
thought
for
you'd
joining
come
me
back
today,
with
right?
initially.
Thank you.
That's like, oh, it's a JRPG is different. But it's like, well, they've got the RPG in the name, and yet you're taking on the aspect of this person.
Hey, Destiny 2 has RPG in the description. Both, no, that's not an
On the
RPG.
stage, the fantastic Frankie Ward.
I'm a stick in the mud with it though.
Well,
I
thank
think
you so
RPGs are
much,
more a
Sean.
broad,
How come this audience
like I
is
see it as a
absolutely
broad thing.
fantastic
Yeah.
today?
Like
Guys,
even games like
thank you
Bloodborne
so much for coming out to the
and
fifth
Dark Souls
annual
are
PC Gaming Show.
RPGs, just different kind of RPGs.
We want to give an enormous thanks to all of you who tuned in live.
Plus that
We
rules
wanna,
out Mass
of course,
Effect as an
thank
RPG.
all of you who personally showed up this morning, and of course the sponsors who helped make this
Just because you can't
possible.
customize your
Epic
appearance
Games
all that
Store,
well, you can
iWin,
still play the way
Frontier,
you want to.
Funcom, Paradox,
Indeed.
Interactive,
Yeah, there's-
Hovercast, Perfect World Rebellion,
There's
Tripwire,
like a bunch of
and
different like
Samsung. As you know,
things like
PC
progression
Gaming's platform
systems,
is not
like
a
skill
publisher
trees.
or developer, so
I
these
think
sponsors
character
are
for me.
essential for letting us
Personally.
put on
Character
for you.
choice.
Thank you so much. And I
Character
wanna ask
choice is
Frank,
a
any
big one.
titles you're excited about?
Well,
Even false
I do
character
love a baby
choice.
elephant,
Yeah.
so definitely Planet
The
Zero
appearance,
awkwardly,
the
then I also
illusion
wanna eat
of
things.
choice.
Maybe elephants
Oh, yeah.
included, so
Yeah,
married,
enough.
of course.
I'm personally looking forward to Songs of Conquest, and as you
trying to
heard,
start a
there's
fight.
games coming out all across 2019 and into 2020. We hope you all have a fantastic E3.
Like every choice in the game
begins
reflects
tomorrow. Big shout out to all your
reflects
press
something that he
conferences.
would do
Hello
in
again,
the
Drop
books.
Frames. Good to see
I mean,
you
isn't
2
that a
years
good
in
thing,
row.
though?
We hope you all have a fantastic time at
Yeah,
E3 and
the
go
thing
play
is,
some
The
games
Witcher series is
and make
based
some
off
friends.
some
See you
books.
next year. Bye bye bye.
So it's always going to have that thing where it's
If it wasn't based off of things he would do in the books, then wouldn't that be a worse game? Oh no, no one thinks you're trying to detract from the game. Don't worry. Like we're not thinking thinking that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
See, this is in this little corner of the internet.
Yeah.
You can say things like this, and we can debate, and
Yeah.
then we're all still going to be friends and respect each other by the end of it.
Yeah, this is why the two of us have a lot of mini series of things called the Friendly Debates.
Yeah. And look, we've done, how many have we done now? 8.
Yeah.
We've done like 8 of those. And still best friends.
Yeah.
I've only threatened to stab him once.
Twice.
Once. I asked you. Yesterday I asked you to stab me. Stab me while we were watching Fallout 76.
No, you randomly found a screwdriver one week, and then the like next time you couldn't find it, so you tried to find something else.
No, because I can't threaten you with, I can't stab you with pliers. I'll snip you. Different thing entirely.